Hi guys, I'm a little extra today with this blue eyeshadow going on. I had a client earlier and so I got a little more done up than normal just because I have been seeing this type of look everywhere. So that's kind of what I did today. But I am actually heading out to go see the Avengers movie again because I saw it once the other day with Jay, but Jay is actually busy tonight. So I was like, maybe I need to go see it again because I've been talking about it so much. If you haven't seen it already, you need to go see it. If you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So totally irrelevant to why I am making this video today, but I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit today about the trigger shot. So in my experience with it and kind of like a couple days past it, since I've had it. So yeah, let's take a seat and talk about this. So if you don't know already, we did the trigger shot this cycle on cycle day 16. My follicles, I had 3 follicles, one that was 17 millimeters, one that was 19 millimeters, and one that was 22 millimeters. So they were okay with me doing the trigger shot. So I just wanted to share with you guys my experience and kind of the side effects that I've noticed thus far. I am 5 days past trigger and technically 5 days past ovulation because I did actually ovulate within the first 24 hours. So yeah. My experience in office, I went in and I had the ultrasound and they did my trigger in office. I did not have to do it at home, thank goodness, because poor Jay was just not prepared to do something like that. And it was really easy. They gave me the trigger shot in my left butt cheek and it was not bad at all. I didn't even notice it, honestly. Fast forward a couple of hours. When we went to go see the first Avengers movie, we were walking into the theater and I was like, Jay, my right side hurts so bad. It literally felt like I had like gas bubbles really bad on my right side. It was really weird. It was like just a lot of pressure and it was actually uncomfortable to walk. And that ended up subsiding after maybe about like an hour and maybe an hour. And then I started noticing it on my other side, on my left side. So I don't know if that was like me ovulating in those moments, but it was definitely pretty intense. But other than that, that day I didn't notice anything. The next day I had injection site pain. So when I was walking and like my booty would shake, it would hurt a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, it felt kind of like a sore muscle, I guess you could say. But now, being 5 days past ovulation, yesterday I noticed, well, I guess yesterday and the day before that, I've noticed some ovary sensitivity. So like if I'm laying in bed and I like go to stretch or something, it feels kind of like you're pulling like a ligament type of thing, like you're stretching it, and it doesn't feel good, obviously. And I don't know, it's really funky. My left side I have almost 4 centimeter cyst. They're not concerned about it. I've had it for over 1.5 years. It hasn't grown, it hasn't changed, but it is on my left side and that's kind of where I've had a lot of my pain. So I'm wondering if maybe it's just making that cyst a little more tender, or maybe it punctured and it's like slowly going. Because yesterday, and I noticed that 2 days ago, last night, it was really bad. My whole uterus and my ovaries, all just really hurt. Like it really felt like someone was just like taking it and just like squeezing it. And it was so bad, it was kind of taking my breath away, and we had to actually leave dinner because it hurt so bad. I was so uncomfortable, I couldn't even focus on like this birthday dinner that I was at. So we ended up going home and I felt better. And today, again, it's just a little sensitive. I notice if I turn weird, my ovaries will hurt a little bit, but it's not bad. It honestly isn't. I personally took Pregnyl 10,000 units. I don't know what the unit measure is, but I took the 10,000 and I was doing a little research on when it's supposed to come out of your system. So if you're not super familiar with the trigger shots, really what they are is an HCG shot that they give you to help finish that last step of maturing your eggs or your follicles, and then it forces you to ovulate. So ovulation can be a little more intense from what I've read and from what I've heard. But also the fact that it has HCG in your system means that if you take a pregnancy test, it will be positive. That doesn't mean that you're pregnant, but it means that you have HCG in your system. So they say the best thing to do for good measure is to actually take a pregnancy test every single day to see it leaving your system. So it's called testing out the trigger. I am personally doing this every single morning. I go home, or I get up and I take a test and I see where it's at. I'm on five days past trigger, so it's a little bit lighter today, but it's not significant. Whereas when I've talked to some people with the Ovidrel 250 units, which I believe in equivalent is, I think, 5,000. So like mine is 10,000, and then the Ovidrel 250 is like technically 5,000 of like the same unit, because I don't remember what the units are. And that one leaves their system a little quicker. So I also read that it takes, for every 1,000, it takes a day to get out of your system. So that's about, give or take, like 10, like, you know, give or take 1 or 2, but it's like 10 days total. So I'm hoping that once I test out the trigger and it's completely out of my system, I can start testing for pregnancy. Hopefully that wasn't really confusing, because it confused me the first couple times I heard about it. But this was my experience with it. I didn't really have too bad of an experience with it. Some people get really bad hot flashes, headaches. I do still have a little bit of bloating, a little water retention, a little emotional sensitivity, but nothing crazy. I actually am so thankful that we were able to do the trigger shot. That's something new in our journey. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Yeah, and I'm gonna do a video too on testing out the trigger in my system, just so you guys, you know, understand it a little bit too. And you can kind of see it, especially for those girls that are trying to conceive. At least you can understand it too, and kind of see it coming out of my system. I've watched a couple of videos of other girls, but yeah. So that's pretty much it for today. I am going to wash this face and change and go see the Avengers again. So I'm really excited. But anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you, and talk to you soon. Mwah!